All right. Southside to sex.
Brilliant.
We're just going to put you on the spot because you asked me that last year, and I was like,
Payback, isn't it?
And I believe the words used were, how is our confidence? And we didn't know what the hell you were talking about. We're like, we have better posture. Yeah, so that's not the real person.
Yeah, oh, is it not? So I could go on for 15 minutes about that if you...
Well,
yeah.
if you feel like bragging to the internet, there you go.
Well, I think we could all share our...
We could all share, yes.
Yeah. Our stories.
but instead we will say that since the pressure's kind of off you this year, because you're not the only person, do you have any big plans for what you want to do, get together with Tom and Kayla?
It's just, I mean, it's so nice having the guys who I haven't seen for 3 years was the last time, and it's just, it is kind of quite nice to just be there so much on it, especially as I don't know a great deal about it, do you know what I mean? Having just done one season, like last year was kind of like, you really felt that kind of expectation, whereas this year's just, I don't know, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier, and you know, just do the 2 gigs with the band. We've got the album finally finished, and it's kind of more about that this year. And then, you know, be involved with the Trump stuff, but really, do you know what I mean? Just take a bit more backseat.
2 gigs?
2 gigs. We got one at the concourse tomorrow, which is the main one, and then we got one on Sunday, which is a storyteller's kind of. So playing a few songs, but talking about how we wrote it and stuff like that.
Is that the jam?
Yeah. Which is not kind of, it sounds like it's just going to be a jam, just with everyone doing stuff, but like we thought about doing storytellers, like just giving a little few anecdotes behind the songs and stuff. Unless everyone brings their own instruments and just goes, well, you know.
Well, we might actually show up.
Yeah, were you thinking, did you think it was going to be a horrible kind of...
No, we just didn't know what that meant, jam, so we thought like, oh, random people with their instruments come and play.
No, which can be horrible.
Yes.
The word jam strikes fear in my heart.
Yeah, unless it's Pearl Jam, who are amazing, and who I missed playing. They played at the Reading Festival on Sunday, and I live across the road from the festival, and it was my last day of my tour. I couldn't make it, apparently they were amazing. So, they were just apparently amazing, playing like all the old hits, generally. Yeah. And he had a joke with the audience, he was laughing and joking, and so yeah. Well, I couldn't go, Laura went, damn it, so I grew up on the flight, but no, it's not it's not one of those horrible jam sessions, it is just a few songs and talking about kind of why we wrote them, and just giving a few ideas. And it'll probably be nice, in the concourse.
We were going to go do instead.
You were going to jilt us with the history of the tattoo.
Or possibly the self-hypnosis for healing.
Yes, that's what I think that was the self-hypnosis thing.
So you're practically going to be sleeping.
Exactly.
You guys are the best, you know. And I thought you liked us, you know. Towards the last year, I thought maybe a little bit, but.
Well, we have to keep it professional.
No, so it won't be a horrible student kind of 2 a.m.
Drunk
playing the bongos
People
for
you
like
don't
10
know
hours.
come in and join.
Yeah. And they get naked and it could happen.
Well, that's what drum circle is.
Yes.
Okay. Well then, now that you are a con veteran, you are actually teaching a workshop. Tell us about the acting workshop.
Well, basically, it was, instead of doing another Q&A this year, I just thought, everyone knows so much about me. And, you know, there'll be all those new people who are coming this year. So many people have already heard kind of all the anecdotes and stories, and it's just a bit boring after it. Do you know what I mean? And like for people who've been and seen it a few times, and I just thought, well, instead of doing that, I could do a workshop for an hour, and just to say about 25 people. The first 25 people sign up and just do a few techniques, a few tips, kind of focusing on, initially I was thinking of doing Shakespeare as the main thing for it, so it's kind of my main passion. But I was lying in bed last night thinking about it, and actually it might be more fun just to kind of have no kind of format. and just see what people want to do. And just some of the tips and some of the games, the confidence builders, the improv. I mean, an hour, you can't really do much in an hour.
Have you taught like an acting workshop before?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I kind of, back in England, quite a lot do workshops and stuff like that. And it's really cool. Some of them are just amazing because you get people who come in and want to maybe go into acting, but don't have the confidence to do it. And after just a workshop, for an hour, you can kind of get people loosened up enough to just walk out the room thinking, actually, yeah, that wasn't too bad. So yeah, I kind of want to do that for about an hour and just have a closed room, like have no one filming, have none of the cast, so no one's inhibited. Yeah, just
Except for you.
yeah, except for me. But yeah, I don't think there'd be. I don't think anyone's intimidated by me anymore. Probably weren't from the beginning, but you know. But yeah, and just doing improv. There's some really good physical kind of stuff I want to do, some vocal stuff, exercises to do. Just some ideas and acting, really, that kind of just feel passionate about and want to share. People who taught me, who inspired me. And I just thought that would be kind of, I don't know, I thought that would just be more useful than just
No, it is. It's really
telling some stories that I've told 3 years running. Because you do, you know, you don't want to repeat yourself. You kind of think, actually, you should do more of it. So,
We agree. We know all about that because we wrote your questions last night.
Yeah.
Because we're just like, well, shit, we've interviewed how many times now? 3 times?
yeah.
Yeah, twice.
Still here, unscathed.
Yeah, plus I was a mod last year, I was in staff last year and the year before, so this is kind of like, well, what else do we do now?
Yeah.
Where do we go? So,
Well, we go back to your first question.
yes. Well, we're going to get there because we thought what we could do this time around is that you could ask us something.
Ah.
And then somehow.
Okay.
We spent so much time putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
So start thinking now, because at the end, you get to think about it.
All right, at the end of this session.
At the end of this session,
All right.
yep,
Okay.
yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So, are you glad you're not performing at Masquerade this year?
It was the most. I don't think John and I have ever been so scared last year. On the Saturday when we were in our room, and neither of us spoke to each other, and it was as if we were going to like a funeral. Do you know what I mean? And like even
Kelly and I felt we were going to a funeral. We were like this in our chairs. Like,
yeah, and it was that kind of moment of just even the people who had heard us at the concourse, you know, and who gave us really cool feedback. You know, everyone was kind of going, yeah, but it's not really the kind of music people like. You know, and I'm thinking, it's not kind of gothic, it's not mentally, it's kind of, we could just die of death. And honestly, we went for a swim and a sauna before, and I think if we could have just like, you know, faked an accident, we would have, and the most
is that why
nerve-wracking.
you guys are really drunk?
That's right, yeah, that's why we got pissed. And we just normally kind of had maybe one beer, and then we were just like, because we had so long to wait, we just went on and on. And every time we thought we were going to go on stage, on will come another costume, and on will come another thing. And so suddenly you realise that you're drunk about like, you know, 5 or 6 beers, and you go, and we went on stage and they had that fucking cartoon playing. Extremely popular. We knew nothing about it. And you're suddenly sitting there, and we got booed before we even played a note. Do you know what I mean? When they turned it off. And I just remember sitting there thinking, turn it back on, turn it back on. This is like, you know, cruelty to animals. And it went alright, and I don't think it was quite, you know, Oasis and Nebworth or the Rolling Stones, but it went, we kind of left the stage and thought, you know, we didn't get pulled off by a stormtrooper, which was quite painful. And
But memorable, story to tell the grandkids.
yeah, and I've still got a picture looking out there of 4,000 people watching it, and you just think, it was our first and only gig there last year, and to suddenly play that many people, and actually all the Tribe fans were so vocal and made so much noise that we actually, I kind of enjoyed it. It was over so quick though. 3 full songs, and that was it. Yeah, it was memorable, but it's kind of nice to not have pressure like this year. Just play the concourse, which is much more intimate. And you know, the main thing is we've got the albums, we've got the songs this year, which is so much more. So yeah, it's got much more weight to it. So, yeah, it kind of feels more relaxed.